Hello, everyone. Welcome to Playoff Football Preview with Joe and Mike. I am Mike.
And I'm Joe. And we're going to make our playoff picks this weekend for the divisional matchup.
All right. So we're going to have ourselves an interesting week. And the first one we're going to talk about is Cincinnati Bengals versus Tennessee Titans. Joe, who do you have for that one?
I think that's going to be a really good game. I expected Joe Burrow to do good last week, and he did exceptional. But the Tennessee Titans had the bye week. They're the number one seed and should be really interesting. I'm going to take the Titans.
Yes, I agree. I feel like the Titans defensive linemen will give Cincinnati offensive linemen a lot of trouble. So I'm going with the Titans on this game. Now let's go with the next one. San Francisco 49ers versus Green Bay Packers. When these two teams always meet up, is always interesting. So who do you have for that one?
Well, I'll tell you, I really don't think that San Francisco has a chance. I mean, I'll just start it off I don't think they have a chance against Green Bay in Green Bay. I felt like they barely made the playoffs, to be honest. Maybe history has shown that there's been some good games between them, but this isn't going to be one of them. I expect Green Bay to win by a lot.
Yes, I have Green Bay in this game as well. And I believe it's going to be below 10 degrees, but it's Lambeau Field. Yeah. It's Green Bay. They know the history. They're not afraid of it. So San Francisco, I respect that, even though they're a team that they don't blitz so much, but I was impressed that they used some blitzing against the Cowboys. I just feel that Green Bay is a whole different level kind of team. So I'm going with the Green Bay Packers on this one. Now, let's go to Sunday. Sunday. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sunday, to me, is probably two of the best games compared to Saturday. Right. The first one, LA Rams versus Tampa Bay Bucks. What do you have for that one?
That's going to be a good game. Honestly, that might be the best game, this weekend. And so I have to give, I think it's going to be really close. I think that's going to be, like I said, that's going to be a really good game, but I'm going to have to go with Tom Brady. I mean, it's hard to go against him, with the record and the rings and everything. I have a hard time picking against Tom Brady.
I'm actually sweating a little with this one. But I'm going to take a huge risk, and I'm going to go with the Rams on this one.
Okay.
I feel that with their midseason pickups, not so much with Odell Beckham Jr., even though he's getting some receptions and catches, but I feel that Von Miller's presence on defense he's starting to look like his old self again. So I just feel like when you have a combination of him and Donald, I don't know. It's going to be, we're in for a long fight, but if you're Tampa, the great thing about it is that you're playing at home. It would be a much more difficult task if you were in LA. And yes, regular season and postseason are two different seasons.
Sure.
But I just feel that the Rams are not going to go away quietly. But like I said, I'm going to take a risk. I hate to bet against Brady because we know how dominant and great he is.
Right.
But I got to go with the Rams on this one.
Okay. Good one.
The final one, and this one is probably my favorite matchup of the divisional round. Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City Chiefs. Defense against defense. These two quarterbacks, I have a feeling they're going to be swinging it out. So what do you have for that one?
Yeah, two good up-and-coming quarterbacks, young. I like them both a lot. I just, to be honest, I feel like maybe that this is in Josh Allen's year. I feel like that, like I said, he had a good year last year. Last week, I expected him to do well. He also did exceptionally well. I expect that to continue against the Chiefs, and I got the Bills this week.
With the Buffalo Bills, I respect Kansas City Chiefs. And yes, in the second half of the season, they've improved compared to how they were in the first half of the season. But Buffalo Bills, their defense is just too good. And I'm not so entirely sold on the Chiefs defense. I know what they could do on offense, but it's the defense that I'm not too sold just yet this season for the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills, just like you said. I have a feeling they're gonna continue to get better. This team is fearless. They're hungry. They want it. So I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills on this one.
Awesome. Nice.
Well, guys, that
you
does
beat me
it.
last week. You beat me last. You beat me.
It's rare that I go perfect. For those of you who don't know, I won 6 for 6 last weekend on the walk card. And it's amazing because, it's a whole different format this year. So everyone, I went perfect 6 for 6. Yeah. And I got very lucky with San Francisco, because if there was one game that I would have lost, it would have been that game. and to be honest with you, the Cowboys had every chance to win the game. Every chance.
Oh, yeah.
Not just that ending, but it's just the totality. They have a chance. But that does it for this weekend's divisional round. We can't wait to see these 4 games. Joe, we'll be in touch. We're going to be talking about this because I have a great feeling that this weekend will be better than last weekend's.
Yep. Awesome.
All right, guys. Stay tuned for next week. As me and Joe, we're going to talk about the AFC and the NFC championship games. So stay tuned for next week.